Hey guys, welcome back to another Flesh and Blood video. This video is proudly brought to you by the House of Cards, the official sponsor of my stream. Be sure to check out the link in the description below for all of your Flesh and Blood needs. Okay, so here is a look into a Dash versus Iyslander game that Alexander and I have recently played. I've played a ton of Dash and I've also played a ton of Iyslander, so it's very interesting to play it from both sides of the table and kind of see how it feels. I definitely think that Dash is favored in the matchup, specifically Dash aggro. I do think that Iyslander against like the Tree Frog Dash can have a longer late game than the Dash can, and they can just set up enough Frost Texas to win the game. But Dash aggro can more often than not put on enough pressure throughout the course of the game to really like just pressure the Iyslander to where they can't like really be in a good position or like really like setting up or doing the things they want to do. So I think that Dash aggro is like pretty favored in the matchup, but it's definitely close. Iyslander can win, and there is a game off camera here that you guys don't get to see where I did lose, but it's a very fun matchup, and there's a lot of interesting nuance to it, and from both sides based on how you play. And so I do think it's very interesting, and I think this is a really good match to highlight and kind of talk about a little bit. So thanks for stopping by, guys. I hope you enjoy the video.
Zach had to think about it.
Is that going first? Sure.
I mean, I was like, yeah, that's the thing about the quick rematch is that it just like automatically resets to the same exact thing you were already in.
That's kind of fun.
Being able to do that is so good.
Brr. Take my cold-heartedness.
What'd you reveal?
Nothing, don't worry about it.
Just gonna look through the chat.
It's
Cold snap. Yeah, that cold snap. That's the one I gotta be scared of.
Well, I'm gonna play it.
I mean, you should.
I'm gonna pit.
Why do you not block with Striders?
Well, in paper, Goliath Gauntlet's closer to my hand, and that's same zone for Telesharp, but I don't think about the fact that now we have to hit the pass button like 2 more times.
I mean, I don't care one way or the other. I was just curious.
Kind of funny, though.
No, I don't care about my arsenal, bro.
Oh, cool.
See, this game's going to be a lot more fun because you're actually doing stuff this game.
Have my Frost Tech.
Roger that. Oh, no, see, this is what we're looking for.
I love hearing that.
Oh.
Unless I can get that one. I don't know. Would you keep a Cold Snap or a Blue Ice Aether Ice Fan in this spot? I would pick the
Against
Cold Snap
Dash, the Cold Snap.
Yeah, because I'm trying to block a lot.
Yeah.
Because funnily enough, this is one of the few matches where Iyslander doesn't want it to last 3 turns. Entry testing. Oh, great.
If only you could play harder Fyendal from Arsenal.
I do like that new 2 for 6 that blocks for 2 that says if it's in your arsenal, you can block with it. I do think that's kind of cool.
That one is really cool.
That one's very good into Dromai.
Yep. Everything else, it's meh, but it's
yeah.
cool.
I mean, it does defend against Dominate pretty well. I really like the 2 for 6 that says if your opponent has 4 or more cards in hand on hit, they discard a card. That card's ridiculous.
Yeah. I honestly think there's a lot of good vanilla 2 for 6s in this set.
Yeah. I played against a Reiner today who's running the 4 or more cards that they discard. That was quite good. Ooh, I'm happy with this turn. Give it go again. So it'll be 2 more after this. 17. That's not terrible. It'll be roughly even. Were you punished by Frostbite there?
What do you mean?
Like, you heart activate chamber.
Just 2 damage, right?
Like, if you give me a Frostbite here, you're saving 2 damage.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
That was like, so, if you think that's worth
I'm
it,
throwing
then...
a Unmovable with Heart of Fyendal.
I mean, you could Gauntlet as well, but for value, but
Fyendal's Fighting Bull.
Yeah, I think that taking that's fine there. So now you get to Cold Snap with the Tunic. Or not.
I only like doing it with the Tunic if I have a heavy red hand, in most cases.
I think it's fun to start there. Especially when I have Iron Hand up. Because it just, like, allows me to, like, decide what I want to do. I can still pitch if I want to. I feel like I'm giving myself more options if I do it that way.
In my specific hand right now, I like keeping Tunic for a different reason.
No, I mean, I'm not saying it's always correct. Like, I'm just giving my, like, philosophy on it.
Yeah, your ethos makes sense.
Would you reveal Frosting and E-Strike? Alright.
Did that right? Like I always do it there?
Yeah. Because you're forcing me to pitch my last card, which I'm going to, but... This is a tricky matchup from your side. And I mean, honestly...
Take 2 and Coronet Peak, or
Probably better to Coronet Peak here. Like, Coronet Peak is so good because it always gets a card out of my hand.
Yeah. Thirteen's manageable. I think if I see CLF in the next hand, I have a game.
Yeah.
But I feel like this matchup really boils down to, like, please see CLF in the first 5 turns.
Yeah, I mean, you really need to see it, honestly.
It's such a big deal. Red Zipper feels pretty good.
Well, I could pitch one of my blues and keep 1 blue, but then I'm just putting myself out if you do have a CLF. And I don't think there's ever a world where that's okay.
Yeah.
Blizzard's really good right here. You caught me with that kind of hand.
That's a lot of damage.
Okay, so I take 4.
I don't have a Frostex on board. Oh, you're just saying total.
Yeah, no, I was like just total. I was at 20 when the turn started. And you're either blocking.
Now the tough part.
I was like, now you're either. Like, if you go to
I'm gonna tell you what I
here-
have because this is like really hard.
Okay.
My hand is Frostex Scar for a Scar.
I think you have to block with the Frostex here.
Mhm.
Like,
Question is, do I even throw the Scar for a Scar? I think I Arsenal it.
I mean,
I think I also No, I don't need to block a current. I think I'm stupid.
I mean, you can definitely get away with
Totally stupid.
arsenaling the Scar for a Scar here.
Ours always
Yeah.
gonna be on.
I mean, the idea is that I would be bluffing you, but I know that's not happening now. But it's just
I mean, I'm still going to play around. Like, I don't know if that's a CLF or not because we've played like 5 or 6 turns and I haven't seen one. Like,
Yeah.
so like the longer the game goes on, the more I play around that card.
I'm really not liking the amount of times I've drawn Frostex in these 2 games. I've seen 4 out of 5 of them.
So, Frostex is less important in this matchup, in my opinion, than Insidious Chill is. I will, if I see it early enough, I will take a hefty amount of damage to put an Insidious Chill in play.
That makes sense.
Just because Insidious Chill is like such a powerhouse of a card.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I'm just seeing like, I didn't see Insidious early. I saw it. I saw all 3 of them in the last 2 turns.
Yeah, see, and that's really bad. Like,
And it's just like 2 block ice blue.
that kind of stuff is like very obnoxious in my
And that's
opinion.
and it's also like dead in my arsenal, right? It's not like Polar Blast is, where at least it does something.
Right.
Or at least it's not taking my whole blue.
Oh.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Oh. God.
Thank God.
Oh, he broke the chain.
Lol. Reveal sigil. It's hilarious.
You have no idea how important that is here. Because me being able to keep my ice blue here is such a massive deal.
So you go back to 9.
Sigil is way better than red Winter's Bite there.
Yeah.
Just an extra point. Outright. And you're arsenaling.
Yep.
I thought that was gonna be so much worse for you.
God, are you kidding me?
So you get to keep an ice card, which means Channel Lake is the worst possible scenario for me.
This is too fun.
Get all those chickens.
Oh god, don't start that. I love that. I love that vine.
Is that a vine? Is
Yeah.
it that old?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's fine.
It's a vine, dude. It's that old.
Oh my gosh, what a top deck. Good lord, this game hates me. I'm never
That's-
taking this deck to a tournament.
That's
This is
not where I
terrible.
thought that was going. And you said, "Oh my god, what a top deck!" I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. Like, we're gonna play the rest of the game." Like,
You're gonna play the rest of the game. It's just gonna be a lot shorter than you thought it was.
I mean, yeah. Oh man.
Jeez. I miss playing against freaking Tree Frog. That was a bye. This is encroaching upon auto loss.
Play Tree Frog.
I might. Taylor told me he might. That would be crazy.
That would indeed be crazy.
He says he will. He'll say he will until like a day before.
Yeah, and then he'll just play Briar.
Leaves out the Briar deck.
Yeah. That's all he knows how to do.
I liked his icy matchup.
I did like his plan. The sigils were really good.
He might get out of this.
This is so terrible. I had an opportunity, and the game just warned me. Whoops. You don't know what I have.
Okay.
This is the second time you've done that with the same
Dude,
card.
again! It's like the same hand. Oh my gosh.
Did you put Channel Lake in the deck, just out of curiosity?
It'd be really funny if it wasn't.
Like if you just like, if there was like a weird misclick or something and you didn't have CLF?
Play that card again, sorry.
In 2 games, I think you've seen all 6 Wounded Bulls and no CLF.
I've seen all 6 Wounded Bulls both games.
Oh, man.
Lost and can't gain go again.
Yes, sir.
Seems good.
Wait, is there a line here?
I don't know.
Is there light at the end of the tunnel?
Maybe.
Tunic up.
Yep.
I was like, I can't tell if like this is a bait.
No, I had to pray.
I was like, but if you just don't have it here, I was like, then I'm just like taking at least 2 cards out of your hand. So honestly, I'd like to tell you that there's some crazy play I made or something that I did that I feel like really won me this game. I kind of feel like I just played the cards that were given to me, and Alexander was put on the back foot, and it just allowed me to put enough pressure on them. I put enough pressure on him to just like really just stay ahead most of the game. Now, about midway through, the life totals were pretty close, and the game was, you know, like he took some damage to have a swing back turn, and I don't think that's wrong at all. I do think it's harder for Iyslander to keep pressure in this matchup. Dash plays enough blues normally to play through a lot of their spells and their frostbites and things of that nature. The real big kicker is Channel Lake Frigid. It used to be Channel Lake Frigid and Hypothermia, but now Hypothermia is gone. So it's a card that I never live in fear of, and I think that's really, like, the ban is one of the things that puts Dash in the front runner here. But it was a good game, and I really enjoyed the match. Yeah, if you guys got any questions or comments, throw them in the comment section below, and if not, I'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys.